Hello and welcome to a lovely, glorious morning in the RPM. It's absolutely beautiful today. Anyway, today's vlog is all about the behind the scenes really, and what you don't get to see. The truth about running a chambre d'hôte in the RPM. We've had so many guests over the last month, and they've all been sort of one night stop offs. We've had a few a bit longer, but mostly one night stop offs, because we're in the location, we're halfway between Paris to Toulouse. So perfect location for those people travelling through that just want a one night stop off to break up the journey. However, that means for us, loads of washing, ironing, cleaning, changeovers, cooking breakfast, cooking evening meal, and sitting around waiting for your guests to turn up. And that really restricts us on the renovation side of things. But what I want to do today is give you a look around the garden, give a bit of an update, because it's another maintenance thing behind the scenes that you don't always get to see. We've done quite a lot of work on the garden, I'm quite pleased with. We're no green fingers, me and Ted, but it's looking really lovely, I think. And then give you a bit of an update in the apartment as to what we're going to do going forward. We are way behind on this project, so we just need a little bit of a catch up really on what's going on there and what we're going to plan for it. But first of all, the worst thing is when you get up in the morning and something happens. You have a plan in your head of what you're going to do that day, something happens, and you have to put a stop to it. Sorry, please excuse the camera while it adjusts to the inside light, because we're in the workshop at the moment. Come over to see what Ted's up to, because he's doing something that he certainly didn't plan to do this morning. The JPS suite, as you all know, has it's a suite, so it has a separate salon area that has a sofa in it that comes into two single day beds, or you could put them to a double bed. And then you've got the double bed in the bedroom, so it can sleep up to 4 people. And we've had a lot of families coming to stay that are stopping off for one-nighters on their way down to the south. And we woke up this morning and one of the beds has broken, and we have another 4 people arriving today. So yeah, Ted is now drastically trying to mend it, aren't you, baby?
It's a job you don't expect to have to do. And if I didn't have to do everything else, it would be fine. You could maybe spend a bit of time, but this is the trouble: is that you can't spend a load of time doing it. You've got to do it on the hurry up. You've got to do it quickly, because you've got other people coming in, and you know they're not going to care if your bed's broken. They just want a bed, you know, and it's not their problem that their bed's broken. The one thing I would say, and I'll be completely honest about this, and I'm not having a whine and a moan, but if you come and stay at Montmagny and something like this happens, please just tell us. We're not going to get cross. Well, you know, it's stuff happens. Things get broken. Accidents happen. As we all know, just let us know. Be really nice. And then at least I get the heads up. Right, I know what I've got to do today. But to be confronted in the middle of the day when you've got 3 hours before somebody checks in, and I've got to figure out how to fix it.
So this is the culprit.
And let's just say what day it is.
Yeah, it's Sunday, so yeah, it's not like we can pop out and buy another bed.
No, we can't even do that. And
So what are you scrambling around for at the moment?
I'm trying to find a nut to go on my bolt. Because if I can find a nut, I've got the perfect size bolts.
Sorry about the light in the background shining.
I've got perfect size bolts, but I ain't got no nuts. And he was trying to find a nut. So if he can find a couple of nuts, we'll be all right, we think.
I think we might be a couple of nuts. Oh no, that's nutters.
Oh look, he's found one.
So it does mean now today's plans have been paid to of what was actually on the list to do.
This is the other thing while I'm trying to do this on the hurry up, because it's the quicker I can get this done, the quicker I can get onto things that I should have been able to do today, or will try to do today. Because again, and I think Lisa's already mentioned this, we're having to work around all the guests to try and get things done, because we do want to get that apartment done for us and for you lot. you know, that's what you love to see, us renovating, us doing stuff that we've always done, and we just can't get on with it.
So I'm going to take you for a little walk around the garden. This is something I've been meaning to do for absolutely ages, and I'm gutted I didn't, because the garden was looking really lovely. It's something, me and Ted have never been green-fingered people. We're never going to be. In fact, you know, we walk past plants and they tend to cringe away from us and say, please don't come near us, because we tend to kill everything. But Mandy, our friend and neighbour, has been working really hard with us. She's a market gardener and she knows a lot about all this. So she's been working hard to try and teach us a thing or two about it. The parkland's looking lovely because that's all been mowed by Ted. He's constantly been mowing it, and yeah, it's really looking lovely. And actually the lawns are looking lovely because we've had so much rain. They're still very green. Normally by this time of year they've all gone brown and horrible, but they're looking really green and lush at the moment, which is lovely. Now, we haven't been using the summer kitchen at all this year because the restaurant's not open, and because we haven't had any events yet. We haven't used it at all, but we will be using it for the Patron one days. We've got an open weekend, sort of on the 21st and 22nd of September. And we'll be having an artisan fete again, tours of the chateau, and yeah, just a good old gossip if anyone wants to come along and have a chat with us. But the garden, let's go back to the garden. We've got the monument. Now, the monument is something that I really would like to get. Every year I say this, but this year I'm desperate that during the winter months to fix this monument so that we can fill it up and it be working for next summer. It's fed by the well, which is in the wall behind me, and it comes out of the frog's mouth, the water, and fills up the monument. Now, the only thing that is broken is the pump. There's a pump in the well, so we need to fix that pump in the well, and then we need to find the pipework that goes to it and check that's okay and see if we can fill it up. And then I need to mortar the inside of the monument, mortar all that so that the water stays in it, and then it should be okay. So it is something we can fix. It's just something, it's one of those jobs that you keep putting off and putting off, but we really need to get that done. But the actual planting around the monument, it looks lovely. However, it did look even better a few days ago, which is when I was going to do the walk around. Then we had guests and I didn't get the chance to do it, and I wish I had, because they're looking a little bit sad at the moment. We had a massive hailstorm the other night, and so all the flowers just got knocked off, and the hailstones were literally the size of big the big marbles. It was crazy. The whole place was white, looked like it had snowed, but when you went close, it was just these huge hailstones. And we had some guests, and down the Shemin, and down the Shemin's the road at the back, and down their gully, which is their French drainage system out the side, the water was just like a raging river going down. It was crazy. I didn't get any footage of it because we had guests at the time, and I thought it was quite rude to just start getting my camera out when I was in the middle of giving them dinner. But yeah, so that's really lovely. We've used the barbecue a lot this year. Last night we had some guests over, some families, and we just thought instead of doing the normal menu, we'd just do a big barbecue for them, which was really lovely. And everyone just sitting around the fire pit and me cooking on the fire pit. I'm just going to take you back actually over here quickly, because this is a project that I'm doing at the moment. And I'll go and show you where it's going to go in a minute. Over to the back of the courtyard, which is where we hide all of our stuff that's going on at the moment. But this here is a project that I'm working on, trying to make some stone troughs, or look like stone troughs, but I'm making them out of cement because stone troughs are so expensive. Waiting for this one to dry at the second, but then it's going to go over on the arched windows, which I will take you over. Now, the arched windows, we've got 3 arched windows that we've never done anything with. Now, eventually, what we would like to do is have some stained glass. I want to try and do some stained glass. We know somebody who's going to teach me how to do it. It's just her getting the time and us getting the time to do it. So we'd like to put stained glass in these windows here. And in the archways, I want to put the stone troughs and have some plants that what they're called, but they hang over. They're like climbers, but they hang downwards, and I think that would look really nice hanging down from these archways. And we've got some of that over here that Mandy planted for us. You could just see Mandy now. So Mandy's really shy on the camera. Give us a wave, Mand. Go on, just give us a wave. Mandy hates being on camera, so that's why you never see her. But Mandy comes and helps me when we've got huge changeovers and breakfast. But the grapevine up here, you remember this grapevine has been here for many years. We have a picture which is from the late 1800s, which this grapevine is there in that picture. So we know it's been here for over a century. But we have got quite a few grapes growing in there. I don't know if you can see the little pipits of grapes. That's growing really, really well this year. And down here we have a row of stone planters. So I'm trialing out the stone planters for the archways. Hopefully they're going to look a bit similar to this, which we've got on the front window, and try and look like that. But these ones now all have our herbs in them, and we have here 2 different types of sage. And then going further down, Mandy, what's in this shallow one here? What is here? We haven't planted anything in there. That's just weed.
Lots of things need planted.
Okay, this centre one has got weeds in it. And but here we've got all my mint. Now I use this mint all the time because we serve lots of things with mint. When I do my apple tartane, we have some nice sprig of mint on the top. When we serve our melon, our jambon, our poteau, we put some mint on the top as well. We've got some thyme here. Just smells absolutely gorgeous. Now this is the flowers that I was talking about here. I don't know why I call them ice plants. I don't know why I call them ice plants, whether I've heard that somewhere or something. But they're plants that do really well in stone troughs without much water. And they just look absolutely gorgeous. I really like them. Eventually, this has only been planted about a month now, and it's grown really well. But eventually it will all hang down the side of the stone planter. We have a bit more time in this one, and then down here at the very end we have our chives. Now, I don't know what this plant is, but this is doing actually really well down here. But yeah, we have our chives, and then in our centrepiece, now this all needs to be cut back at the moment because it's now become quite overgrown, but we've got some more thyme and mint, and we've got some basil in there, which I love basil. Oh, I absolutely love basil. But the pièce de résistance is a silk tree. Oh, this tree is absolutely gorgeous. Now, in the summer, I remember when we first arrived, and it got to about June, and the tree, we thought it was dead. We thought it was a dead tree because we know nothing about planting, as I said, and we thought the tree was dead. And then all of a sudden, it just spurts and looks gorgeous, and the flowers that come out of it are they just look so tropical. Really, really beautiful. Anyway, I really love this tree. Everybody loves this tree, and it gives really good shade to this part of the garden so that you're not in full sun all the time, but it's absolutely glorious. We've got a few other plants. We've got some lavender. We've got some Nerium oleander, which look absolutely lovely. And then over the back here, Mandy's just been trialing some bits. Now, these plants, although they don't look too healthy at the moment, they will reseed themselves, I've been told by Mandy. So they will constantly reseed. And they're a form of, I'll have to ask Mandy. I have to go and ask Mandy what these are called. But yeah, they reseed themselves. So they will just, over sort of every year, it will get bigger and thicker with flowers and look even better. And then we have something trailing here. But we have some more lavender at the back. And then we have our tomato plants. So this area, eventually, we want to do a much bigger vegetable garden. And the reason why I want it here is because at the gate here, I'd like guests to be able to actually, we'll put a proper gate on here, obviously not a bit of pallet wood, but I'd like guests to be able to go into the garden and be able to pick their own tomatoes, vegetables, if they're self-catering, and actually just use the herb garden, use the vegetable garden, and be able to pick their own stuff. We've got loads of tomatoes growing at the moment. It's really exciting because we've never sort of done vegetables really before. We did have a vegetable plot years ago, somewhere we lived. It wasn't that successful, so I'm hoping this will be better, and Mandy's teaching us what to do and helping me look after it. So yeah, it'll be lovely. So the tomatoes are a trial run for this year to see what the ground's like, and then we will clear more and more of it, and next year hopefully have a proper vegetable garden, which is very exciting. That'd be really lovely. So I think that's the end of the tour of the garden. As you can see, we've been doing lots of work on it. There's a lot more to come, but for now it's looking rather lovely. But I think it's time for us, we'll go inside, take a look upstairs and see how Ted's getting on. Take a look in the apartment and have a little chat about it. Right, I think I hear Ted up here. This is the bed. Under scrutiny. Do you think you might have fixed it?
I don't know yet. I'm just trying to get the thing back on. Oh, twisted. It's been twisted and that's all twisted. So I fixed the pieces in position, but I can't get them back on.
I'm going to take a pew. I just didn't watch Ted work.
You take C, darling. You take C.
But this is all like, we have so many people that comment and say we wish you'd do more vlogs, we'd like to see more, and the reason why I'm kind of doing this vlog today is to show you the problems that we are up against, because we are not just renovating this place. We have to have it open for a business, because all of the income that comes into it is what allows us to actually do the renovations. Without that income, we couldn't do anything, because we don't have that luxury. We don't have loads of subscribers, so we're not making loads of money out of YouTube. So it means that we have to open to the public, and it really restricts what we're doing. So yeah, sorry we can't do loads more vlogs, which takes me on to apartment 4. Now, I know we said that we wanted apartment 4 ready for when my daughter comes. Now, my daughter is arriving next Monday, and you will know by the latest vlog, and we'll go into the room in a minute, that it is nowhere near done, and she's not going to be able to stay in that room. So we have been able to shuffle her other guests around and free up another apartment for Pam. But it does mean that we are way behind on schedule with that. And it is purely down to the fact of not being able to get that time to do that work.
It's a little bit of a silly person cutting his finger off as well, which is, you know, accidents happen, as we said before. But yeah, I reckon we're probably a good, maybe almost 2 months behind on that room. You know, if we get it into a state by the end of August, I will be happy. I don't think it'll be finished until in September. Yeah. So all the trimmings.
Has it worked?
It seems to. Oh look.
What?
The slats are breaking as well.
So that shows that somebody has jumped on it, because the slats in it are broken.
And they might not be, they might be little, but they still, you know, when you're jumping up and down on a bed, that it's quite honestly, look, they're not supposed to be jumped up and down on. They're supposed to be slept on. Let me just put the mattress back.
Have we got some slats somewhere?
Not these size.
We had, no.
I think they're 80s. They might be, but and you know how big I am. Not as big as I was. Is it gone?
It's just gone.
It's gone again.
Yeah.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Right, okay. Get off the bed.
Oh, so there's an hour's worth of doing
nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
Yeah, I thought that would have worked.
Okay. So that's a continuation. I'll come back to that a bit later. Maybe pop down with the Tamaki and Hughes and see. I'm sure they've got some put up beds. Anyway, I'm going through now to apartment 4. Where I think Ted's gone through to. So let's go in and just have a chat about there. Right, so we are now in apartment 4 and we really need to talk about this apartment, don't we? Because as Ted said, we are 2 months behind on this. Now, the back wall's all done with the panelling. I think that looks absolutely superb. The ceiling's all done. So kind of that side of the room is done. But this side is what we've got the problem with, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm waiting to put a piece of timber up against here, as if it's a structural beam. I want to create something a bit nice. However, this wall is yet to be dealt with, and that is not my department. So what are you going to do with this wall?
I really don't know. I just don't know.
Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
That's not the answer I want.
Right, so the problem I have is so I came up yesterday to paint it the same colour as that, but I brought Mandy in here to have a chat, and she was saying that because the 2 lights come in from either side, it needs to reflect against this wall. So I don't know.
Well, we know for certain it doesn't work white.
Yeah.
You know, there's a white ceiling
yeah.
and a white, and we know for absolute certain, so we can dismiss that.
Yeah.
You know, there was the thought that maybe we'd leave it white. There's still the option, I'm just spitballing here, so don't, you know, shoot me or whatever, but there is an idea we just make it a very plain, light coloured, you know, just I hate to say it, magnolia, but you know, there is something that lends itself to that.
Rustic blanc.
Blanc rustique. Blanc rustique.
Well, the only other thing
Yeah.
is, so I went over to the loft and I found these. Now this is the material that we had obviously in the CDA, and I really like it, I love it. And I think, I don't know now I've actually got it out in here. I don't know, I was thinking that would look perfect on the walls, but what do you think?
Why don't you offer it against this one
Well,
and see, you know, I kind of think it'd work. I don't know. You know, you can't really see it there. It's too dark.
No.
But
see the thing. Actually, no. Don't forget, you're gonna have curtains here. You're gonna have the deep red curtains.
And my other thought is that there is quite a bit of furniture going against here.
Yeah.
There's a chest of drawers and a wardrobe.
Yeah.
Which is only going to leave you a section there.
Yeah.
And I think with a nice picture on that wall, it may distract completely, but at least that covers it, doesn't it?
So do you think that would be all right? I really like the wallpaper.
I think, quite honestly, for the amount of wall space that you're going to have and the amount of time and effort we are putting into this, I think slap it on the wall, girl.
Yeah.
Slap
The
it on
only
the
problem
wall.
is whether I've got enough, because
Yeah.
oh look, that's.
Well, that's all right. That's it. It's, you know. So the plan is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is we're gonna. There's no point in doing anything maybe to tomorrow. We could cut them and see offer them up, because that would then give you a determination whether you need to go and buy wallpaper paste or you are going to wallpaper in some other way. So, but
Right. Have you got a pencil?
there's one in there, the green one. Are you going to write on that wall?
I'm going to write on the wall. So if we think wallpaper, because I think this is also a thing. We have not been doing our lists.
No.
And then you can do the skirting.
Yeah, I think, well, we've got to go out and get wallpaper, so I might get another thing to do a skirt, because I don't think I've got enough.
So skirting board, so you can get that done.
I've got some business to do
What are we
here.
doing over there?
I don't know yet. I think I've just got to chop this area off. So this is a bit of a problem area. Board doesn't go up. I've got some you know, where the floor was before. This has all got to come off, and then I've got to somehow fashion, maybe put another piece of board on it, and then just put my skirting over the top. That's the thing I think I'm going to do.
Would it not look better if I was to mortar?
No.
No?
No, because there's going to be a line of skirting off of here, which is where the bed is. If you then mortar that, and then you have a skirting off of there, I just think run it all the way through.
Yeah.
I think it'll look nice.
Okay. Can I just...
What? What's the matter?
You got your shorts on, your socks.
What about my socks? What about my socks?
You look like you go to school. Do you always wear socks with your trainers?
I haven't got any little trainer socks, so I have to wear these socks. Because I don't wear, like some people do, no socks with trainers, and their feet stink.
I wonder who you're talking
I wonder
about.
who that could be. I can't do it. I can't do it. They may look silly. I'm working.
You look cute, baby. Okay, what's next?
Right, so then I can, once that is done, I can get that piece of timber on the back, and that will be that finished. That will be this finished. There's a little bit of skirting, a little bit of painting to do on the dwarf wall.
Yeah.
Once we've done that, this area does need a few holes filling, which again, I've got an idea of how I'm going to do that. There's some of them under the bed, doesn't really matter, because the ceiling is going to get dealt with underneath. Probably not for a while, but it's going to get dealt with underneath. Then we can colour the floor.
Cool.
I think we colour the floor, and I'm not really bothered whether it gets scuffed and all that sort of business, because I think it just adds to its patina, adds to its character.
Yeah. So timber.
On yeah, just put
timber.
End of wall, end of wall, please.
End wall.
End of wall.
And then final touching up, final paint touch up, yeah?
Yeah.
And floor stain.
Floor stain.
And then you should be ready for making the bed, shouldn't you?
That's it.
I can't wait for that, because that would just be amazing.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
while I've got you on camera,
Yeah.
I need at least a week uninterrupted coverage.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted, being able to do that bed, because
Yeah.
I've got to get my head around it first.
Got to design it first.
Yeah, and then I've got to make it. So.
But I have really got in my head what I want.
This is the thing, you see, I have in my head what I think I can make, but then this one says, I have in my head what I want.
So we've got our list now for the next week, and hopefully what would be really nice is to get this finished, this list, before Pamela arrives.
It would be nice, yeah, to actually almost finish this side of the room.
Yeah.
It'd be lovely. Yeah.
So, join us next week, see if we get on with the list and whether we get it finished. But in the meantime, a huge thank you goes out to our new patron. Welcome to the team, Curly Whirly.
Shirley, thank you so much for your support. Lovely.
Sorry, Shirley, you will always be known as Curly Whirly. It's your fault.
Just makes me, don't take this the wrong way, Shirley, but it makes me want one. just the name. I loved them when I was a kid, loved them.
And thank you so much for those of you that gave us a coffee and the GoFundMe page. That is thank you to
Cheryl Williams,
Karen Berry,
Angela Vasquez,
Croby,
Nicholas Sim.
So thank you all so much. It is so kind of you. If you'd like to buy us a coffee, say thank you for the vlogs and help us to renovate Chateau de Montmagny, the link is in the description for the buy us a coffee page. Also, if you'd like to become a patron, see all the behind the scenes extra footage and Zoom chats with me and Ted, who could want any more? The link is also in the description for the Patreon page. Anyway, we'll see you all again next week. Don't forget, thumbs up,
like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we'll see you again next week.
It doesn't cost a thing.
Thank you so much.
See you next week.
Bye now.
Time for dinner.
Woohoo!
Let's go.